Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch called for the court Thursday to overturn a series of landmark decisions from the early 1900s that deprived residents of U.S. territories from having full constitutional rights, potentially paving the way for Puerto Rico and other territorial residents to have th. It is past time to acknowledge the gravity of this error and admit what we know to be true. The insular cases have no foundation in the Constitution and rest instead on racial stereotypes. Whether any action will be taken against the insular cases. Civil rights groups urged the Biden administration in February to publicly condemn the insular cases and not rely on them for any future court cases, and a House resolution has been pending since March 2021 that would disavow the rulings. The court may get a chance to take up the issue of whether to overturn the rulings in Fitisemanu v. United States, a case concerning whether citizens of American Samoa are also U.S. citizens. An appeals court ruled that American Samoans are not citizens using the insular cases, so the Supreme Court could consider whether those rulings should be overturned if the case gets appealed to them. Justice Sonia Sotomayor agreed with Gorsuch's opinion in her dissent against the Social Security ruling and his statement that it's past time for the court to renounce its precedent in the insular cases. Those cases were premised on beliefs both odious and wrong, and I share the concurrence's hope that the court will soon recognize that the Constitution's application should never depend on the misguided framework of the insular cases, Sotomayor wrote. The insular cases were decided in the early 1900s after the Spanish-American War, which gave the U.S. control of Puerto Rico, Guam and the Philippines, which became an independent nation in 1946. Downs v. Bidwell declared Puerto Rico wasn't going to be incorporated into the U.S. like other territories on a path to statehood and thus shouldn't be covered by the Constitution, for instance, while Balzac v. Puerto Rico in 1922 determined that people in territories were only guaranteed food. Puerto Rico is now considered a commonwealth of the U.S., which is a more highly developed relationship with the U.S. than regular territories like Guam and American Samoa, and its residents are U.S. citizens, though they still lack congressional representation, the right to vote in presidential. The court ruled in United States v.